What's up, guys? It's Xavier here. Oh my goodness, I'm back. I'm back. Is that a P. Diddy song? What P. Diddy song is that? Doesn't matter. Xavier Owens here. Episode 7 of Layman in the Morning. Oh my gosh, we're back at it again. Full disclosure, hand to God, hand to Jesus. Um, not a lot of topics right now. It's a slow news week. So, per usual, we're just going to start off with a thick round of exposition. Do I know what exposition means? No. But am I going to keep it rolling anyway as if I do? Yes. And am I being too much like Chris D'Elia right now because I watch a ton of his podcast called Congratulations Pod on Apple and YouTube as well? Then yes. Yes, I'm a bit of a sponge. I could just kind of absorb personalities. If you, oh my God, what am I talking about? What am I talking about? Rough start, worst start to the podcast in the world. I tried to make a joke about how I don't have a real personality and I'm just kind of an amalgamation of everyone else that I watch, but it's okay. We're just gonna kind of keep it rolling per usual, bro. I don't know what I'm doing. Not a lot of topics. Not a lot's happening. I mean, you know what's happening. What hasn't been happening actually? Doroni baloney. It's still around. Here's the thing, bro. When this all started popping off, and they were like, "Hey, stay inside," I was like, "Well, who can't stay inside?" You know? Anne Frank did it for years. Was it Anne Frank? Yeah, it was Anne Frank. When I said Anne Frank, I thought in my head Helen Keller, but Helen Keller's Helen Keller and Anne Frank's Anne Frank. Both strong, beautiful women in their own right. What am I talking about? It's early. But yeah, when they said we're going into quarantine and everything, I didn't. I guess I didn't know how long this thing was gonna. I didn't know how long this was gonna be. I don't think. No one was prepared. I'm sure it was a point where it came to a point where everybody agreed to stay inside and be like, yeah, I got you. Sit on a couch for like a week and, I can go back to work. But Roni Baloney hit us with the Matumbo. It's like, no. I am the captain now. That's what the Roni is, bro. The Roni's the captain now. Roni's the captain now, bro. We're just a bunch of Tom Hanks. Ironically, he got Roni, but no pun intended, but pun intended also. We're just a world full of Tom Hanks, and Roni kicked in the door and said, "Hey, I am the captain now." It's like, oh, you had life going on? Too bad, buddy. Oh, you had plans? Forget all that. Forget it. Forget about it. Doroni Baloney is just an angry fat man from Jersey, and he just kicked in your door and said, "Forget about it." Oh, but I wanted to graduate. Forget about it. Oh, but I have this job that I really like, and I would like to keep working and to continue to do that. Forget about it. Oh, I wanted to go to Dreamville Fest, though. I'm not going to see J. Cole again for a long. Forget about it. What am I talking about, bro? It's early. Jesus Christ, man. This podcast is one of those things, bro. It's like, I say it all the time. It's keeping me afloat. It's keeping me sane in some kind of way. Not really. But, what the heck? There's like a weird trail of. It's like this indent in the dirt. Like somebody put a stick through my backyard and just kind of scraped. I bet you it's those goddamn kids. Let me tell you about these kids. Let me tell you about these neighborhood kids. Aight. We have these, ever since we moved in. And obviously they were here prior, but these kids, these goddamn kids, are riding their bikes and whatnot. And look, here's the thing. They're outside. They're riding their bikes. They're having a good time. It has to be at the least like five of them that come outside every day around like one or two, um, well, one or two in the afternoon or evening, one or two in the afternoon, and just start riding their bikes, and they're just having fun, they're giggling, they're laughing. I can hear them, and they're a tad too loud, and I want to go outside and shake my cane like an old man and tell them to get off my goddamn lawn. But sorry, mom, but it's also one of those things. Like okay, there's one side of it where um, five kids are out. They're always riding their bikes. They're talking about whatever the hell. They're laughing. They're goofing around. They're running back here. They run back here. I saw one of them pissing back here one time. Not directly behind the house, but a little bit off to the side. But he went into the bushes and started pissing. And I was eating. I saw him. I was at the kitchen table. Or like, if you don't, I was gonna say if you don't know the layout of my house, but none of you do. Um, Anyway, right behind where the camera is you walk into the screen door, and there's the kitchen and whatnot, and there's a big window. We can see everything that's happening. I'm eating whatever the hell, and I see this little kid just taking a piss, and I'm like. I'm like nothing. I keep eating, and I guess I don't want to yell at these kids and make them think that that black people suck. That's the weird thing. Also, it's like I'll be backing out of my driveway sometimes, and they'll be riding their bikes through right behind the car, right behind the car, and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Do you want to continue to exist in this world? Huh? Huh, buddy? Then get the fuck out the way. Losing my mind already. Why is my leg up here? I don't know, but it feels great actually. I'm just gonna kind of chill like this for the rest of the podcast, like I'm fucking Captain Morgan or something like that. Is the mic picking me up? This is how the podcast is going from now on, guys. This is how it is. I actually can't get my leg down because I'm in a lot of pain. So we're just gonna kind of chill right here. Oh, I'm about to lose my. Here we go. No, we're good. We're good. Oh, full control. You girls that are watching this, you wish you had a man that had this complete control of their lower body. Hope my dad or anyone that I know doesn't watch this. This is a chaotic start. But what was I talking about? Oh, these kids, man. These damn kids. Yeah. I'll be backing out, and they be riding their bikes right behind the car when I'm backing out, and it's like. I just want to hit the gas so bad. Everything inside me, every fiber in my being wants to just nudge on the gas. And I don't want to kill him. I don't want to kill him. Ooh, snap. Bird scared me. I don't want to murder them. I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want to hurt nobody, baby. I don't want to hurt nobody. But I just want to nudge them a bit. I just want to hit them a bit, just a little bit. I just want to run over their big toe. Just that you. I don't want to run over their entire foot because they're small children. They have to be at least. I say at least 8 to 10. I see all of them out there. They some older ones, some younger ones, but they have to range from at least 8 to 10 years old. And I mean they're having fun, right? They're being kids, but I feel like they intentionally ride their bikes a tad slower when they see me backing out. I don't know what it. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're racist kids, but I think they see me, and it kind of clicks off in their head, like, hey, let's kind of fuck up this guy's day. And it's like whatever. They're kids. They ding dong ditch us sometimes, but I seen them do it with other neighbors. But the neighbors they done it to the neighbors to the left of us, and they're also black. So whoa, hey, I mean, who knows? Who knows? But who isn't racist as a kid? Who isn't a little bit racist as a kid? Bro, remember whose tweets came out? Not Vergara. Not Boob Lady. Who is Melanie Martinez? No, not Melanie Martinez. There's a lot of Spanish people out there. I'll tell you what. Just in general, this is just a fact of life. There's a lot of Spanish people out there. if there's anything you got to take away from this podcast, we can end it right here, honestly, because those are words of wisdom. A lot of Spanish people out there to get that tattooed on your thigh, because that's a real ass quote to live by. Um, it's early. Damn, just some Spanish singer's tweets. And I feel like she used to be a part of and I can even remember that group name. Man, we're we're just a train going downhill, and also where are the brakes? You know, going off the rails on a crazy train. That's what we're doing. This is the crazy train. This podcast is Ozzy Osbourne right now. But anyway, I remember but it happens with everybody too. Lil Nas X, it happened to. Kevin Hart, it happened to. His weren't racist, but his were homophobic. Even though he's a comedian, he didn't mean it. But you know, everybody has like everybody's been everybody was a different person at some point in time. I wasn't extremely racist, but I would say probably racist things. I can't bring up anything for instance, but I know I said some egregious shit when I was younger. But like I said, who didn't? Who didn't? Yo, if you were in middle school and you didn't drop an N-word at least once, then bro, come on, man. You're not, as Uma Thurman said, bro. And I'm not even gonna say it. But you know, if you know, you know. If you didn't drop an N-word while you were in middle school, and that's all it is. That's all there is to it. Come on, man. I'm not saying you have to call anybody like a fag or whatever, you know. But you know, I'm just saying if there wasn't some kind of slur that came out your mouth, obviously now don't call anybody a fag or nigga. I mean, you know, just Jesus Christ. But you know, if you didn't say that was your window of time to say it. That was your window in time. Middle school, everybody was dropping it. It's one of those things. Everybody was doing it. It's kind of like dude, what is this podcast coming out? What is this right now? I'm gonna keep going though. That was everybody's window in time, though. You know, to say some just the most egregious things, and we don't know what it means. We don't know what fag means. We don't know what nigger means. We don't know what cunt or bitch or whatever the hell means. We just know it's bad. We're not supposed to say it, so that's why we're saying it. There's no ill intentions by it. I mean, obviously we sometimes say it to your friends or whatever, like ha 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 butthole. You know, you just but it's your friends. You know, you're just joshing. You're just joshing with the homies. You don't know what it means. Your brain isn't developed. My brain is still developing. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. When does the brain stop developing? Whoever's watching this that hasn't canceled me already, when does your brain stop developing? Very chaotic start to this podcast. I put my leg up on that thing and I said fag at least 5 times. But I guess we can get into that. I'm gay. No, I'm playing. Here's the thing, man. I think, and we'll get back to the neighborhood kids and how I want to run over all their toes, but I think words like that, like what I just mentioned before, I think I'm gonna stop saying. I think I'm gonna stop saying them for now because people are gonna think I'm actually like a fucking homophobic or something like that. But I don't know. It's one of those things where my stance on like people saying a nigger or whatever who aren't black. Here's the thing. I can tell I can tell what the intent is, right? I can tell if you come up to me and it's like, "What's up, nigga?" I can tell if you're my friend or if you're saying that to hurt me. It's at the very base level of this whole conversation that's what it is. It's all about the intent. Like I was saying with being a kid before and saying all that stuff, you don't know what it means unless parents from Alabama taught you. But otherwise, you don't know what all that stuff means. You just pick it up and you say it. You don't acknowledge that it's wrong or whatever. You don't acknowledge that it. You know it's wrong, but you don't know to what degree. You're not like you're not a racist. You're just kind of like I want to say a whole bunch of bad things because I know I'm not supposed to, and it's funny all of a sudden because all your friends are saying it, and then you got that environment around you of everybody is saying this weird nasty stuff, and like I said, your brain's isn't developed. You think everything is funny. Somebody can fall down in gym class and then fart and poop themselves just a little bit, and you're like ah, ha, ha, ah, ha, 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 and you're doing that for at least 2 hours. You know, we don't know. We don't know as a kid. That's why I think it's dumb to cancel the people who had a Twitter when they were like 12 years old. Like, come on, bro. I mean, 12 years old, maybe you should know better. But you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure you're in middle school anyway by 12 years old. So I just crushed my own argument. So that's my stance, though. I didn't elaborate on that well, but I don't care if you say. For one thing, even if you are a racist and you call me a nigger on the street, then okay, man. All right. What am I? I mean, this is what I say to everybody. If someone walks up to me, maybe I'm with my boo thing, maybe I'm by myself. Some white guy comes out the bushes. And it's like, hey, nigger, what you doing? I'm not, no edits. But someone pops out the bushes and drops the hardest R. And I mean, what am I gonna do? So a lot of people would fight that man. Maybe beat him to a bloody pulp or whatever. Okay, cool. Someone sees that and calls the cops. They pull up, says what happened, and I'm like, he called me the N-word, and the cop is like, oh, okay, so you almost killed him because he called you a name. And now I'm like, yeah, I guess so. And he's like, awesome, lock him up. Another scenario, which is a lot more preferable, just walk away. I only want to fight, and I haven't gotten into many fights. I've been into one fight in my life. Very regrettable, because the guy I fought is no longer here. Rest in peace. But it's one of those things where why not just walk away? I mean, unless it comes to a point where they're physically attacking you, man, then what's the point? Someone calls me the N-word, then it's kind of like, God, it's so early, and I've been canceled several times over the course of this podcast, but you know what? We're already here. I just got bigger problems to worry about. And there's always going to be bigots. There's always going to be racists. There's always going to be just ignorant people. And if I spend my time concerning myself with each and every one of those people, then then that's not a life that I want to live. Just watching my back all the time, just being aggressive as hell to everybody that doesn't like me. Spoiler alert. Some niggas aren't gonna like you. Some people suck. Some people are trash. Actually, a lot of people suck and a lot of people are trash. There's gonna be a handful of people in your life, and I'm probably exaggerating it in this instance, but probably a handful of people in your life that are like ride or die, and they're gonna be there for you. And that's not to say everybody's gonna hate you. That's not to say that everybody sucks and everybody's trash. There's some good, genuine people, and I don't want anybody to take this message as like keep your guard up. I'm actually saying the opposite. I'm saying just live your life, man. And if somebody doesn't like you, okay, cool, keep it moving. Don't fight them for it. Don't get into an argument with for it. Just keep it moving, cause it's words. It's words, bro. As corny as it is, sticks and stones can break my bones, but The hard R can never hurt me. Unless you lived in like the 40s or the 50s. But, you know, it's 2020 right now, man. And I mean, obviously, there's still races and stuff like that. I think about, I don't think about, but I seen the Ahmaud killing. I forgot his name. Ahmaud Aubrey? The guy who got killed by those two white people in Atlanta. I'm not saying that racism isn't still around just because it's 2020. That's not what I mean by saying it's 2020. I'm saying we've came a very long way than where we were before. I mean, obviously, you know, people were like physically separated, and now Jesus Christmas, squirrel. Tyrell is just wrecking havoc. Remember Tyrell? Remember that joke from 5 episodes ago that you didn't see? No? All right. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm not saying racism doesn't exist anymore. It's still alive and it's still prevalent, but we've come such a long way, and I don't know. I feel like we're just taking steps back if we were to, you know, fight every racist person. I mean, of course, do the protest or whatever, and, you know, stand by your morals of just loving everybody, but don't fight each other. Don't come to blows with nobody, because it's not going to solve anything. There's this guy there's this old ass black dude who was just on Joe Rogan's podcast like a month or two ago, and he damn, I forgot his name. Ooh, I wanna look up his name. This is because this is important. But he's this guy who basically, he was this black guy who went to every Klan meeting. Almost every Klan meeting, and he infiltrated the Klan. He became a member. He knows all the signs, or not the signs, but their secret handshakes or whatever. They have little passcodes. He knows a lot of names. He knows a lot of people. And it's so loud up there. I'm sorry if I keep looking up, but it's so loud up there. And looks at the forest. But yeah, it was just this black guy that went onto all the Klan meetings, and he knows everything, damn near everything about the Klan, right? He infiltrated it. He made friends with all the people, of all the Klan members and everything. And he's like buddy to this day with a bunch of those people. And he was talking about it on the Joe Rogan podcast. Hold on, let me look this up real quick. Black guy Klan. That could be iffy. Daryl Davis. Yeah, okay, Daryl Davis. Check out Daryl Davis, one of the most interesting men in the world. Dos Equis doesn't have a shit on this guy, okay? This man, Daryl Davis, infiltrated hella Klan meetings, made buddy with all those racist white assholes, and has just so much information or whatever. Like he was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and Joe was interviewing him, and he was talking about how he knows their secret handshakes or whatever, and like certain passwords. And Joe was like, "Can you tell me one of them?" And he was like, "Nah, I'm sorry, I can't. It's a Klan thing." Like a group of racist ass people. And as a black man, he's like, "Sorry, I can't divulge it. I can't. I'm sorry." Like, just, jeez, man. Like, I have to respect it to some degree. I mean, that part of it, I respect him fully as a person, but even the part where he's not giving away the passwords or the handshakes. Also, why are grown men coming up with passwords and handshakes? Get your life together. But when I say don't fight, when I say you're walking down the street, and if you're gay, and someone comes out the bushes and he's like, "Hey, fag," and, you know, don't fight that man. Don't fight that man, because you know who you are. You know you're not a fag. You know you're not who they perceive you as. And so why waste your time? Why get mad about it? That's kind of what Tyler the Creator said in Arsenio Hall. But same thing with the N word, man. I know I'm going back and forth with nigger and the N word, but it's. I don't know what I'm doing. It's so early. But same thing, man. Whatever somebody wants to call you, who cares? Because you know you're not that, bro. Why fight them? Why beat them to a bloody pulp because of a name or just an ideology that you know you're not? Like I said, if someone touches you, someone squares up with you, then you gotta throw them bows, man. You gotta throw them bows. Someone touches you, someone touches your wifey, someone touches you. That's how I fight. I swear to God, that's how I fight. Person standing right in front of me, no one up here. I'm just no. That's how I fight, bro. So someone steps up to you. Someone puts their finger on your chest. Not even mean. If they're not even rude, but they're like, "Hey, how's it going, man? You having a good day?" Not even a racist. Not even a racist comes up to you in the street. Someone shakes your hand. If someone gives you money, physical contact. If it's your mom saying hi, if she touches you, and it is what it is, man. Someone touches you, you gotta lay them down. You gotta know what time it is. Obviously, I'm joking, but don't fight nobody unless they start fighting you, man. If they call you a name, just keep it moving, bro. Just keep it moving, dog. Just walk away. But I have so much respect for Daryl Davis because he actually converted a lot of these Klan members. It's actually insane. And you've seen both of my legs in this podcast. You've seen both of my bare ass legs. I swear I'm not. Okay, you can see. I don't want you to think I'm nude, but also kind of want you to assume I'm nude. But anyway, Daryl Davis, man, didn't fight nobody, and he argued with some of these people, but in a very like cordial way. It wasn't in any way like he didn't call them names. He recounted on the Joe Rogan podcast. Please watch that episode with Daryl Davis. Very interesting, man. Very I don't know, just a very honorable guy who just has very strong morals. And when I say morals, it's like I mentioned before, he's not giving away any of their passwords or their secrets or anything like that. The most hated group in America, and he's just kind of like he's trying to stay true to their code and everything. Because he just, at the end of the day, I think as he described it, he just wants to understand them. He just wants to understand why you hate black people. Why do you hate, I'm about to say the same thing twice. I don't know. Started a thought, didn't know where I was going with it. But we're just going to keep going like that never happened. Why he hated black people. Why he hated black people. It's kind of like that Forrest Gump. Remember Forrest Gump? He was like, not only will I do it for you, but yes, I will do it for you. I'm the black Forrest Gump. What can I say? I run across America and then marry a wife that gives me an AIDS child. Hot damn, baby, what are we talking about? It's early. But please watch that Daryl Davis episode of the Joe Rogan podcast. It is so fascinating because ever since he was a child, he was experiencing racism. He's an old ass dude, so he grew up in the midst of it. And instead of hating these people, instead of hating like racist white people or whoever was racist, he just wanted to get a sense of understanding. He just wanted to be like, okay, why do you hate me? Give me some information about it, and then we can work from there. He didn't fight nobody. He didn't attack anybody's character. He just calmly debated people because he's a very smart, bright man too. So it helps. But I don't know, I get chills just thinking about it. He converted so many people, and he carries a. You know what's the most gangster about this dude? You know what's so gangster about? Let me drink my water. Let me drink my water, cause ugh. This dude carries around the robes. He carries around the fucking robes of these old ass clan members, bro. Like the goddamn like Hercules with the Nemean lion skin, right? Just carrying around the pelt of the Nemean lion on his back, just walking in, just kicking in the door, walking in the room, like wearing the Nemean lion as a cape, like the T'Challa in the last scene. Remember, I did this in the last episode, I think. As you can see, I am not dead. He's especially saying that after leaving a clan meeting, but good lord, man, he carries that around, bro. He has a whole bunch of them, of people he just converted. I don't know if he asked for them or if people give them the suit. I mean, I know some he's asked for. I'm pretty sure, but it was just from people like, hey, I don't have this thought anymore. I don't have these thoughts anymore. I acknowledge you as a person now, and I'm a changed man. I'm done. Take this ghost outfit. What is the clan outfit, by the way? What is that? What is the? Are they trying to? I guess. Are they trying to be ghost? Are they trying to be spooky? Are they trying to be spooky? What's happening? Any clan members that are watching this, please let me know. And also, don't watch this anymore. So weird, man. The culture of the clan is so strange in general. Just down to the pointy hats and the circular cut eyes, and then they're wearing like fucking nightgowns and whatnot. And they have these they have these weird names in different hierarchies, like the Grand Dragon, the Supreme Master, and I don't know, I'm blanking on some of them, but the Almighty Sifulu, I think that's one of them. Supreme Kai, I'm pretty sure that's one. I think that's the first level. That's when you join your Supreme Kai. You work your way up to Supreme Master, and then you're the Supreme Grandmaster, and then you reach a level where you turn into that guy from Gladiator. What's that dude's name? I had a really solid joke. Oh yeah. So first, okay, I got it. You're Supreme Kai, you're Supreme Master, you're Supreme Grandmaster, you're Grand Dragon, and then at the very top level, you reach Mel Gibson level. And that's just I don't make the rules. I'm just repeating them. I'm just divulging them. Supreme Kai, Supreme Grandmaster, Supreme Grandmaster Funky Dragon, and then you're Mel Gibson. And that's what it is. Don't shoot the man. Don't shot the sheriff. But I didn't kill the sergeant. That's how the lyrics go. I swear to God. Bob Marley's just rotating in his grave right now to light a spliff, not because he's upset. It's early. I can't even make that excuse. I'm actually wide awake. I'm fully wired, bro. And it's probably because this water is cold as bejesus, but who cares? So anyway, these damn neighborhood kids are running around my house. I love when comedians do that. When they take these long-ass tangents and then they come back to the first thing they talked about, and the audience is like, oh my God, call back, he remembered. Oh, goodness. Daryl Davis. Did not think I would be talking about Daryl Davis. I walked outside with no topics. Singing things. Here's the thing. I sing a lot. I sing more than I need to, okay? I sung about 5 times, and maybe 5 times too many in the course of this podcast. But if you sing what you need to do today, or just sing any kind of sentence, then it kind of makes the world just slightly better, or your life just slightly better in a sense. It kind of makes your life slightly better. innocence. I might just sing the rest of this podcast. Daryl Davis is friends with people who hates my skin tone. He hates, they hate niggas. Oh, I know you're into that. I know you're into that. Hey, uh-oh. Shoot. I know a lot of men watching this podcast are crossing their legs, and a lot of ladies are getting a towel. Sorry. Anyway, I don't know what we're talking about, but check out Daryl Davis, please, and don't fight racists. Just and but also you don't have to be like Daryl Davis. You don't have to sit down at them at a Starbucks. Sit down with them at a Starbucks. Excuse me, grammar gods out there, just shaming me. You don't got to sit down and understand a racist or somebody who hates you for who you are. Just walk away. But that's like Daryl Davis is like the prime example of someone who's just like an almighty pacifist, man. Someone who just did it right. It reminds me of Martin Luther King in a way. What time are we at? 36 minutes? We're at 36 minutes? Yeah, we're at 36 minutes. Yeah, he's just really dope in that sense. Didn't try to, like I said, didn't try to attack nobody's character. Didn't call anybody out on it. We call people out, obviously, but not in any aggressive or mean ways. He's just like, let me talk. Hey, let me talk to you. I just want to talk. I just want to talk. Sit down with me, man. So that's where I'm at with it. I don't care if you call me a nigga, man. If you're white, you call me a nigga, man. All right, bro. All right. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're squaring up? No, I'm not gonna fight you, bro. I got bigger problems at home, bro. I ain't got a job right now. Roni Baloney is laying out people. It's like, come on, man. I'm out of here. I'm like that Donald Glover. Remember Donald Glover on Sesame Street? Said no one ever. Where he was that guy. He was like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Shouts out to Donald Glover. That's my zaddy, as young black girls say. Yeah, man. So that's where I'm at. I don't care about these racists. But you got to care to some degree, obviously, because like I said, it's tragic with the things like Ahmaud and Trayvon and Eric Garner, and I mean we can go on. A lot of that stuff still happening. I'm saying at a level where it's just name calling and pointing fingers, then hey, just walk away from that situation. But obviously, if someone points a gun at you, then you're kind of at an impasse, as Gandorf would say. Is that his name? Who knows? As Ganondorf would say. As Ganon would say. As Calamity Ganon from Zelda would say. Sucks, man. My mom was showing me this Facebook video. This white guy just going off on those two people that murdered Ahmaud. I hope I'm saying his name right. I think it's Ahmed or Ahmad. But she was showing me a Facebook video of this white guy just going off, and basically summing it up, he was just saying he was very embarrassed for all white people, basically. And he worded it really well. I'll try to find his name. He had a really good video about it, but he just broke the whole thing down, and he was like, well, I'm sorry, to any other race I'm sorry to black people, I'm sorry to anyone that has to experience some racist white guy out there, but I want to reassure you that we're not all like this, and I'm just embarrassed. And the people that killed him were animals, basically. Which they were, obviously. And my mom showed me that video, and then my mom showed me another video with this white guy on TikTok just giving a whole rant about it. And I mean, faith in the universe restored. One of those kind of things where just a slew of white people just coming out the woodwork and being like, "Hey, we ain't them. They ain't invited to the wouldn't be the barbecue. They ain't invited to the dinner party. Black people have dinner. Excuse me. White people have dinner parties. Black people have barbecues. So that's how it is. Keep it separate. Trump 2020. But very good response from the entire white community about it, and it was just she was showing me a bunch of those videos, and here's the thing, I 1,000% respect it. Like, I'm not gonna argue against it, obviously, and because she showed me the video, she showed me both of these white guys rant about how those white guys are monsters, and then she puts the phone down when the video ends, looks at me, and is like, "See, finally someone who gets it," and it's like. She's like, "Don't you agree?" and stuff like that. And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, obviously." But that's it. It's like, obviously. We shouldn't have to do these goddamn shit. No white people should have to defend themselves from those monsters out there. And because you're a racist, you're just a different breed, bro. You're just in the corner being weird somewhere, bro. You know, we shouldn't have those kind of videos, but it's sad, you know, because we are, and we're gonna have them for a long ass time, and it's like it's one of those things where it's like my mom's showing me the video and being like, "See what they're saying?" I'm like, okay, the sky is also blue. I mean, we we obviously shouldn't have racists out there. There obviously shouldn't be people killing black people, Muslims, Asians, or whatever the case is. You know? I mean, like, obviously. Like, I don't know how to articulate this. Like, I'm not saying stop making, you know, these protest videos. Say how you feel. Don't hold back to any degree. But it's also like I'm watching those videos, and it's like I know, bro. It's like, obviously, you know. And it sucks because this shit is still gonna happen. It's like we shouldn't be making those kind of videos. We should be at such a different place by now, considering how far we came. You know, it's like I don't want my mom to look at me after showing me those videos like it's a mic drop moment. I don't want her to be astonished and have like a sigh of relief that there's white people that don't hate me out there. You know? I just wanted to, I don't know how I wanted to be. I mean, I know how I wanted to be, you know, people not shooting black people in the face, but I want people to come out the womb and be like, okay, this is your name, these are your parents, and black people are your friends. It's just like the white baby is like, oh, okay. Okay, cool. It's like, this should be the standard. This should be normal. And I'm not one of those guys that's like, why is this? I mean, I am one of those. I'm being one of those guys right now. Like, why is this still happening? But I mean, that's basically it. Like, why is this? Why? Why are we still doing this? Why are we doing this whole song and dance, man? We should be so far ahead. And this gross shit is still happening. It's sad, man. My mom's showing me TikTok videos of these white people being like, "Hey, we're not them." I'm like, I know, man. I know you're not all like that, dude. I know. That's another thing too, man. It's my mom was telling me how she got in an argument from people at work about whatever the hell, and I think the Ahmad situation, and then one of her coworkers said, "I'm gonna look at somebody weird if they look dirty or kind of unkempt or just sketchy in a way." Which I mean, I know this person. I know what they meant. If someone looks sketchy and they're coming down a dark alley, yeah. But obviously you don't shoot them in the damn face. But you're gonna be kind of weirded out especially if you're walking by yourself or whatever the case is. I understand. It's not racist at all. It's just fear. It's instilled in all of us. We see something we don't recognize, then it kind of creeps us out a bit. Whatever. But that person had to clean that statement up a bit, as my mom described, because she know how it came off. And then my mom brought up the instance where I got pulled over several times. I'm not doing nothing crazy. I ain't doing nothing reckless. I ain't drinking. This is all I'm drinking right here, baby. And sometimes a Capri Sun. But I got pulled over maybe 4 times. I really drew the long straw on every time I got pulled over. I mean, I'm still here, obviously. Hey, no, I'm playing. But I'm trying to recount the times I was pulled over. One time the first time I was pulled over, I was heading to my friend. Shout out to my nigga Christian. I was going to his house, and I think I had my high beams on. I got pulled over because I had my high beams on. While there was oncoming traffic in the next lane, and the officer pulled me over, white guy. He was like, "Hey, you're blinding people," and I was like, "My bad." And oh wait, you know what? That wasn't the first time. I don't think that was the first time. First time I got pulled over. But anyway, that time with the high beams, I think that was the second time. I was picking up my phone from my friend's house, and white cop, very nice. He was cool. He was like, "I'm not gonna give you a ticket. Just be careful next time." And I'm like, "Bet." End of that story. First time I got pulled over, white cop. He was like, "You kind of looked like you were swerving a bit," and I was like, "My bad." Because after that instance, well, never mind. But anyway, I'm not hiding that. Hey, I'm not hiding. What said that looks like I'm hiding something, but I was gonna say after that instance, I was kind of iffy about flicking my high beams on and off, but that was the second time I got pulled over, so it wouldn't make any sense. But dude, where am I going with this? I just lost myself. I'm in Xavier land right now, just kind of whipping Uis. Anyway, the second time I got pulled over, I was going to my friend's house again, or my friend's girlfriend's house. But my friend was there. My boy was there, and I say that to say I didn't know my way. I'd never been to her house before. Obviously. So I guess it would make sense why the officer would pull me over and say I was swerving, or you kind of look like you're lost, buddy. And I'm like, yeah. I never been in this neighborhood before. I don't think I was swerving, but to each his own. I'm a terrible driver, but your boy does not swerve, cause like I said, it's only this in the tank and Capri Suns often. He was like, didn't give me a ticket, white cop. He was like, okay, well, be careful. And I'm like, bet. And I headed over, and then I banged my friend's girlfriend. I'm playing. So that was the first time I got pulled over. I want to say the third time I got pulled over. What was it? I was moving to this house, actually. This house that I didn't like for the first 3 months. Very angry at my mom, by the way. So mad at my mom for moving into this house. Why am I bringing this up? But anyway, not mad anymore. We're good. We're cordial. Everything's fine. Make sure you drink bleach to avoid the roni baloney. Trump 2020. I was moving and I was driving my mom's car back and forth because I was like, "Hey, your car's bigger than mine. Can I start packing stuff in your car?" Because she was here cleaning everything up for some damn reason. That made me so mad because we were still in the process of moving back and forth from our apartment to here, maybe like a 10-minute drive between both places. And I mean, we obviously we 1,000% would have gotten the move done faster if she just helped my ass out. But she was over here cleaning and everything, getting ready for the move. She was cleaning this house, and I was like, "Hey, your car's bigger. Can I drive your car and start packing stuff in there?" She was like, "Bet." So I started driving her car, and now I can say this after the instance with the headlights and everything. Um, I was kind of like iffy and paranoid about turning on my headlights because I didn't want to get pulled over for the same thing again. Also, I didn't want to blind nobody. I didn't want to put no Ray Charles on the highway. What am I talking about? I don't want to blind nobody. Anyway, I got pulled over because my high beams weren't on, and it was like 2 a.m. So obviously, I got pulled over, and he was like, "Hey, do you know how to turn your high white cop?" White cop. First 3 times I'm talking about, first 3 instances that I just told you about, white cop. And he's like, "Hey, your high beams are not on." And it's 2 a.m. And I was like, "My bad, dog." And he was like, "Okay, well, I'm not going to give you a ticket. Just show me you know how to turn this shit on." And I was like, "Bam." And he was like, "Cool. I don't hate blacks." And I was like, "Why did you say that?" And he was like, just kind of moonwalked out of there. I made that up. I tried to get a joke in, and I bombed hard. But what did happen was he didn't give me a ticket. I just wanted to make sure I knew how to work a goddamn car, which is understandable. It's 2 a.m. I was driving in an abyss. I could have died and hurt somebody. But anyway, white cop left, no ticket, had my high beams on. Fourth time I got pulled over, I think, was a black guy, so that doesn't count. But he didn't give me a ticket either. Shouts out to him. Pulled over 4 times, 4 times, and no ticket. I think your boy is like Neo from the Matrix. I'm just dodging traffic tickets. I'm like, get off me, get off me. And I also drive like an old lady anyway. So I have supreme paranoia about getting in a fiery car accident and sitting next to Jesus for the rest of eternity. But that's a different story. Just know that your boy dodges traffic tickets like Michael Jackson with allegations. I didn't have a joke for that, but we're just gonna keep going. Anyway, I'm your boy. Just know that your boy dodges traffic tickets like OJ. Like OJ with the allegations. What am I talking about? Just know your boy dodges traffic tickets. Like kids when they were around Kevin Spacey. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Jesus Christ. What are we talking about, guys? Hey, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we doing? Why are we here? What is life? Huh? Anyway, got pulled over by 3 white cops and they weren't racist. So sorry if you think all white people are monsters, but they're not. But I say that all to say that my mom brought up that instance at work when she was wow, that took me a while to get to that point. Wow. Remember a year ago when I was talking about when I began the story with my mom arguing with people at work? Jesus Christmas. I gotta get to the point. 54 minutes, Jesus Christmas. I got 6 minutes to wrap this story up. I'll do it in 8. But anyway, my mom was talking about how I got pulled over a bunch of times. They're all white cops. But and I didn't tell her. And and I need to, but I don't know. The equivalent of her doing that is like, cause she said it. She didn't say it as a matter of fact way. She wasn't like she was using it in defense of her coworkers being like, well, I'm gonna look at people weird too if they're in my neighborhood, looking any kind of way. But she said it in a way where it was like I was pulled over because I was black. And first of all, the three times I got pulled over by white people, it's what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? What is DWB anyway? What is driving while black? No one can no one can see you. I mean, well, if it's in the daytime and the cop's driving right behind you, he could obviously see who it is and the. Well, I mean, I I mean, no, you can't. You can't. I mean, in my situation, it was in the middle of the night. Niggas can't see me. I'm black already. My hair is black. I'm brown. Everything's dark in the car, bro. You don't know who I am but by the time I roll the window down, bro. You just know that I'm, being a fucking idiot and I don't have my high beams on. So, I mean, I guess DWB is meant for the sense of, okay, now that I know you're black, I'm gonna, treat you a type of way after you get pulled over. But people don't get pulled over solely because they're black. That might get me canceled. I think my point is, though, I don't like how my mom brought up the fact that I got pulled over 3 times. Not that I'm ashamed of it, but it's one of those things where it sounds like she's generalizing. And similar to those white people on TikToks that are trying to enforce the fact that they're not racist, we're all not like that. I'm already at that place where I'm like, hey, I know. I'm not looking at everyone. My best friend, shout out to Johnny. Shout out to Johnny C. Shout out to Johnny C. You watch this podcast, Johnny C? No? All right, fuck you. My best friend's white. My best friend in the entire world is white. So I'm already at that place where I know it's like, okay, hey, of course you're not racist. I'm not like this. I'm not like this every time I go to Walmart in Canton, Georgia. I'm not like, whoa. A lot of white people around, better watch my back. It's more like the first half. It's more like a lot of white people around, but I don't feel obligated to watch my back because of it. It's just kind of second nature. I mean, I feel like all black people have that secondary sense. They walk into like a building, they analyze all the white people in the room, and it's like, okay, just want to know what we're working with. That's where I'm at. But I'm not fearing for my life. I don't, because I don't want to generalize. If I assume all white cops are going to shoot me, then I'm just as racist as the racists. That's a sentence. That's a real sentence. I hope you guys are picking up what I'm putting down here, but I don't want to assume everybody's this way because racists assume everybody's one way. And that's all I'm trying to say, man. That's why I didn't want my mom to bring up that point, of like, my son was pulled over 3 times. Like, I was by different white cops, but not because they wanted to shoot me in the face. It's because I was a dumbass and didn't have my high beams on and I was driving in an abyss at 2 a.m. It makes sense. I mean, so that's the thing. This is basically the racism episode at this point. I had some topics about Kim Kardashian and Kanye West that sometimes they call paparazzi on their cells, but who wants to hear about that shit? Pretty sure it was all Kardashian topics. Stormy has an Instagram if anybody wants to follow her at Stormy. That's the other topic. Kids with Instagrams? I mean, that could be a good topic for next episode, but yeah, we're at 59 minutes. We're about to wrap this bitch up. This is basically the racism episode. I'm glad I divulged into all that. I guess if you took away anything from this, I mean, if you didn't tune out by the first 10 minutes, Jesus, that was kind of a rocky start. I dropped some fags, I dropped some niggers in there. I think I said cunt once or twice. Jesus Christmas. Just a very rough start to the podcast, but I guess the point that I tried to get across was, hey man, just love everybody if you can. And if someone doesn't love you, then you keep it moving, because people aren't gonna like. There's gonna be, there's a world full of people. There's gonna be thousands, maybe millions, maybe billions, maybe quadrubillions, maybe there's gonna be a schmagoogle. Just making up numbers. There's gonna be a schmutzpah of people that don't like you, and that's okay. Just acknowledge the people that do love you, that do like you, that do care for you, that don't want to hurt you, and just appreciate that. You can't change everybody. You're not Daryl Davis, bro. There's only one Daryl Davis, bro. The real Daryl Davis. Please stand up. You can't change everybody. You can't convert these clan members out here. So So you just kind of got to do you, man. Don't fight nobody unless they touch you. Unless they touch you. Like I said before, not even if they're racist or they're mean. If they touch you, you you got to give them the business. You got to let them know what time it is. You know, someone gives you if your mother walks into the room and taps your you got to let her know what time it is, and that's just the fact of the matter. If your girl or your boyfriend walks in the room and says, "Hey, what do you want for?" You guys will let them know what time it is. If your grandma steps inside and she touches your shoulder and asks if you're okay, you just have to send her to the afterlife, you know? Anyway, there's going to be racists out there, but just remember to love yourself, because that's all that matters. I think we hit an hour. My name is Xavier Owens, and this has been episode 7 of Layman in the Morning. Thank you for watching. Bye.